Good morning children, welcome to offline classes for 9th standard. We are discussing the chapter called Matter in Our Surroundings. In part 4, we have discussed about whether the matter can change their state, one state of matter to the other state of matter. Yes, how can they change? When this changes, when the change in effect of temperature, it makes the change of one state of matter into another state of matter. There is another important effect on the changing of state of matter, one state of matter into another state of matter, that is what the pressure. When you change the pressure, then also matter can change one state of matter into what another state of matter. The applied pressure and reducing temperature can liquefy the gases. See here, when you increase the pressure and reduce the temperature of the solids, what happens? They get changes into water liquids. Liquids changes into water gases. Here, by this, the intermolecular distance is decreased, and at a particular pressure, the gases changes their state into liquids. This is called condensation. So, when you increase the pressure, what happens? The gases, the state changes into water liquids. This is called condensation. So, example, the solid carbon dioxide stored under high pressure. Due to this, the solid carbon dioxide converted directly into water gaseous state. When you increase the pressure of a solid carbon dioxide, they get changes into water gaseous due to the intermolecular forces have become free, that so that they get changed into water gases. On decreasing the pressure to 1 atmosphere without coming into liquid state, that hence the solid carbon dioxide is called water dry ice. So when you increase the pressure of a solid and reduce the temperature of the solid, what happens? It gets converted into water gaseous state. This is water. It is also one of the effect of water pressure. So here, you just see that solid, it's going to convert into water liquid, liquid is going to convert gas, gas is going to convert into water again solid. This is interconversions of a change of solids or into liquids, liquids can change into water gases. What happens when increase the pressure? So this is what the gas molecules or particles which are there. When you increase the pressure, what happens? They get converted into liquid. So here the intermolecular space between the particles are more, but here the intermolecular forces are water less, and here it becomes water solid. Still, if you increase the pressure, what happens? They are going to convert into water solids. This is why pressure is also effect on changing of water, one state of matter into water, another state of matter. Next, evaporation. What is evaporation? The phenomenon of change of a liquid into vapors at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. So what is the liquid? It's going to convert into water vapors. That is called water at any temperature. So when liquid is going to convert into water vapors at any temperature, that is called evaporation. This evaporation depends upon certain factors. What are those? One is an area of an increase of surface of area. Second one, an increase of temperature. The third one, a decrease in humidity. And fourth one, an increase in wind speed. So these factors influence the rate of evaporation. First one, an increase in surface area. For example, take a cup of tea. You just try to make it cool. So it takes time to get cool. But same amount of the tea you just pour into the plate. So the rate of evaporation they get cool so fast. Why? Because the surface area is what increased. When surface area increased, the evaporation takes place more. If the surface area is increased, the rate of evaporation is also increases. The second one, with the increase of temperature, more number of particles get enough in kinetic energy to go into the vapor state. See here, when the temperature is increases, the kinetic energy of the particles are increases. So kinetic energy is movement. The movement of the particles are increases when temperature increases. When temperature increases, the movement of particles are also increases. That leads they are going to convert into water vaporizes. So this is also second important factor effect on evaporation. The third one, decrease in humidity. What is humidity? The vapor, the water vapor which is present in the air is called water humidity. If the amount of water in air is already high, the rate of evaporation is what decreases. What is humidity? Humidity means what? The water vapor which is present in the air is called what? Humidity. If the water is already present in the air, automatically it decreases water evaporation. The fourth one, an increase in wind speed. With the increase of wind speed, the particles of the water vapor moves away with the wind, decreasing the amount of water vapor in the surrounding. So what happens? So you might be see that your clothes may, whenever you want to make your cloth dry, you used to hang those cloths into the under the fan or somewhere around in your verandas. Why? Because when the air blows, when the wind speed is more, your cloths get dry so soon. This is also one of the important, so that when the wind speed increases, the evaporation is also increases, that makes your clothes dry so easily. Here also the increasing wind speed and evaporation also increases. So these are the four important factors which affects on the evaporation. So next one, about how does the evaporation causes cooling. So here, how does evaporation causes cooling? So when a liquid evaporates, the particles of the liquid absorbs heat from the surroundings and evaporates, so that the surroundings become cold. So whenever the evaporation takes place, the particles of the liquid absorbs heat which is surrounding. When the heat is absorbed, automatically the surrounding gets cool. Here, when liquid evaporates, the particles of the liquid absorb heat from the surroundings and evaporates. So they absorb the heat and they get evaporate. When the heat is absorbed by the particles of the liquid, automatically the surrounding gets become cool. So example, people sprinkle water on the roof or open ground because during evaporation, water absorbs heat, makes the hot surface cool. So you might be see that during on your roof or nearby in front of your gate, so you used to sprinkle the water. Why? Because to getting cool from there. Why? How it is? So here what happens? When you sprinkle the water absorbs the heat from the surroundings. When the heat is absorbed, the surrounding place will get cool. The second situation, during summer we sweat more because during evaporation the sweat absorbs heat from our body, making the body cool. So here during summer season we used to sweat more and more. Why? Because when sweats more, our body gets cool. Why? Because the particles of sweat absorbs the heat from our body, and when the heat is absorbed by the particles of the sweat, our body gets cool. So wearing the cotton cloths in summer keeps us cool because the cotton absorbs sweat, and when the sweat evaporates, it absorbs heat from our body, making the body cool. So here these are the two examples which is happening in our day-to-day life, and here behind these two situations there is one reason behind that. That is what evaporation. Evaporation makes surroundings cool by absorbing heat. So this is about evaporation, how evaporation affects, how evaporation causes, and what are the effects influencing on the rate of evaporation. That is about this. This comes end of the lesson called matter in our surroundings. In next class we will discuss about the other chapter. Thank you.